So if you're struggling to create really high quality infographics and you don't want to spend a ton of time doing it, you just need to get the results really quickly, then this tool could be for you. So this is Infographic, which is a relatively new contender on the market. It is AI driven and it is essentially a one-click wonder. So what I'll do is I'm just going to jump over and show you straight into the app itself. So when you come to the website, it's infographic.in. You can see here that we've got turn your blogs into stunning shareable infographics, and you can start for free. It gives you 5 uses entirely for free, which is really good. It's worth just having a quick look down the page as we go. So you can see here some of the content, and I'll show you the ones that I've actually created in a moment. Here it gives some of the use cases, and they're pretty obvious, and some proof of concept. But I think here really the proof is in the pudding, is in how easy they are, and they do a pretty good job of pairing the infographics. The numbers, the numeration is harder to automate. I found that if you really want numbers, then you've got to be quite particular, and I'll go into that in the overview. This is what I really like at the moment though, and it's literally for 2 more days at the time of this recording. So for 2 more days, they have an offer which is $49 for 50 a month, $100 pretty much for 100 refills a month. So yeah, both times you're looking at basically $1 for 1 infographic per month, and then unlimited credits, $149. This is a one-time offer, so this is not a monthly subscription at this point. It is going to go monthly by the end of this weekend. So FAQs, bit of info there, and that's all good. So let's jump on into the app itself. So here we are, we can see pretty simply, nice, it's very simple, very clean layout. I actually really like this. I think a lot of times AI apps often over-egg the concept of all of this. Here we've got on the left-hand side, home, saved and templates. I'm going to ignore templates for now. I have got some saved, so I'll show you those in a moment. And down here we've got brand settings, feedback, market guide, upgrade plan. I don't think any of those I'm going to go over today. Here we are on the home page though, and you've got the options of sources, the ratio and the language. So let's have a look at sources. So here you've obviously got a URL. You can just paste in a website, whether that be a lot of information on a website or fairly basic, and it will give that website and it will generate an infographic from there. It will also give a topic, so you could just give it, for example, tell me about the latest AI trends. It will then use its backend AI, identify some good trends, and then it will obviously spit out what it thinks is appropriate in an infographic. Haven't really tested that huge amount yet. The one that I like though is the content. This here is where you just put in your text, and I think this is the best way of doing it at the moment, because what you can do is you can take a large amount of information, use your AI of choice, mine probably is Claude, and then you can get Claude to refine it down into essentially a number of really concise bullet points in the best possible way for that. And once you've got that, you can then paste the bullet points in here. I would probably numerate them if you want numbers in your infographic. Or the final option is a PDF file, which again is going to give you probably a similar result to URL, whereby obviously oftentimes it's a lot of content. I found infographics, the less information you give to this to the software, then the better the infographic is. Otherwise it tries to almost like cram a lot of text into the infographic, and infographics by their very nature tend to be relatively light on the actual information, and they're almost just a visual handrail for the overview. So the less information you can give it and the more concise you already have become, the better job it does at actually providing you with some good images. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use a PDF, but I'm going to take the PDF and I'm going to put it into my own AI model, because the PDF is actually larger than 1 megabyte, which is the maximum size for this AI model. I'm going to ask Claude to distill the main key takeaways from the report, and then I'm going to use that information and I'm going to put it into source content, and I'm going to paste it here and then click generate.
So once it's loaded, you can see pretty much straight away it comes up with the information and with all your images. And there's a pretty good selection for one click. Different styles, different amounts of imagery versus text. And again, we can go here into the templates if we want to instead, and you can see that we could have generated in the square format or the presentation format. But personally, I think for most of the stuff that I'm doing, vertical is going to be best. It's really handy for TikTok, for Instagram. Obviously the squares is good for Instagram too. And even for even for LinkedIn and professional presentations, I actually think that vertical's good. A lot of people are scrolling LinkedIn on their phones nowadays, so having that vertical text, it allows people to scroll down the page from their mobile phone and read and understand and take in that content. So you can see here I've just chosen a template now. I'm going to paste in the text and click generate, and within a couple of seconds we've got our 6 steps. We can see here you can edit the heading, and just going to play around with that a second. But whilst I'm doing that, you can also see that there are options to change the font and change the colors, and you can actually change the actual text within the text boxes, and actually you can move around the images as well. You can't change the images, but you can move them around. Come down to the bottom here and you can choose URL, and you can add in your own personal URL for if they click on the document, as well as a watermark. So here you can see I've added my subscribe to my tutorial, and then we've also got the buttons up here. We've got the save button, so we can save to our favorites, and we can then also click on the download button and we can download it. Let's have a quick look at our results, and here we go. We've got a complete image, as you can see, with some pretty good images, key headers, basic information text, and catchy hooky title there, go viral on LinkedIn in 2025. And that was all in a matter of, I don't know, 2 minutes. It's pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments.